Right, well, here I am back again, and thank you to those that sent me a message. Very encouraging, I appreciate it. Now, in that first video I did, I said that some people make me sick. So what's got up my nose this time? Oh man alive. Hey. There's a lifetime of grumbles in this place, I tell you. A lifetime of them. But I'll confine myself to just mentioning one or two. I don't want to become stereotyped, you know. Very bad form, darling. Okay. So, what is it then? You know, just when you think everything's fallen into place and you can get on with your own life at last without dealing with other blinking things, something comes along and drops that great big rock in the pond. Alright, so you've got to deal with that before you can get on with your own life again, in peace. Now, a few years ago now, the county council suggested that they would put alley gates up. You know, they would put big iron gates across the ends of the back streets and the back alleys to cut down on crime. You know, arsony, setting fire to wheelie bins, damage to parked cars, fly tipping, dog fouling, things like that, right? And housebreaking or burglary at night, housebreaking during the day, if you want to know the difference. Education program this, you know. So okay, and it did. Fortunately, the consensus around here was for yes, the locals wanted the alley gates up. Of course, there were some dissenting voices. Oh, we'll have to unlock the gates and then we'll have to lock the gates. I think it's exhausting, you know, unlocking and locking a gate for some. Just like thinking is exhausting for some. I think I mentioned that in that first video, didn't I? Yeah, it gives them cramp when they try to think, gives them a headache. So, at first, those that had objected and complained and moaned and carped about the gates going up, when those gates were up, they tried to sabotage the effort. How did they do that? By making sure the gates were left open all night. Some morons actually put super glue into the locks. We have some great intellectuals round here, you know. University material. Not. This is what they do for their entertainment when they're not slashing car tyres, breaking street furniture, damaging cars. That's what they get up to, you know. Antisocial behaviour is the nice way of putting it. I know how I'd like to put it, and I know where I'd like to put it if I ever caught any of them, because then I'd be in the wrong. Miserable, miserable specimens, really. Well, eventually, even that died down. And the locals appreciated the benefits of the gates. And it wasn't just me going up and locking them and making sure they were shut at night. Now somebody else, maybe even more than one, has joined in making sure the gates are shut, sometimes during the day, but especially at night. It's been working a treat for the last few months. But we've noticed over the last maybe couple of years, the gates have started to deteriorate because they haven't been maintained. The bottom skirt, which left to fill in a gap on the bottom of the gate, only pop riveted on, but that had fallen off and is now laying at the side of the back street for over a year. The paintwork on the gates has flaked off, and so the metal exposed is now corroding furiously. That's been going on for a year. The lock on the gate at our end of the street is faulty. At first it was jammed, and I went and put WD-40 in it to loosen it off, and that worked for a while. But it's the actual mechanism is faulty, and sometimes it will still jam. So it's sometimes impossible to lock the gate. But now the council wants to remove them. They want to flog them off for scrap. They've come up with the idea that, well, there isn't the same degree of crime in the area anymore. No, because the gates contributed to that, you puddings! The county councillor for this ward, at the last county council meeting, declared that she had come round and found the gates open, and therefore the residents weren't using them correctly. So what was the point of having them? Now come on, Mary. How often did you come round? Did you come round during the day? You know where I live? Why didn't you have a chat with me about it? Instead of just coming out having a glance and then sodding off and forming an opinion about it. Now you and I used to get on really well. So what's the matter with you? Anyway, I've had a letter from another county councillor, Anne Burns, and she has suggested a meeting. I can't go around arranging meetings for the residents round here. That's up to the county councillors, and why weren't we consulted? But if these gates go, we will then be again subjected to fly tipping. We'll get stinking old mattresses dumped in the back street. It'll become a doggy lavatory again. It'll be an arsonist paradise for the wheelie bins left out overnight for the bin men that come round at a very early hour in the morning. And any parked cars, bonanza time. Well, I hope the residents rise up and protest against this. Because if they don't, life isn't going to be worth living round here. Anyway, I'll be back and I'll let you know how it goes. So, until then, bye.